Hey guys, what's up? So I thought today would be fun to do like an updated what's in my makeup drawer video. I first did one of these back in March and a lot of you seem to really enjoy it, and now I have quite a few different products in here that I reach for. This is my desk where I get ready at, and it has this great little pull-out drawer. These bins are all from Marshall's, in case anybody's wondering. They were found in the kitchen organizing section. Let's start off with the face products. I have my two Holy Grail foundations here. I just did a whole video talking about these two in detail, so I will link that down below. Basically, these are all I use for my face. It's the Makeup Forever HD in 110, and this is the Revlon Color Stay for dry skin in 110. I love both of these, but my Makeup Forever one is what I've been wearing lately because it's been so hot. And here are my primers and concealers. This is my Holy Grail primer. It's the Laura Mercier Hydrating. I love that one. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX. I love this one too, but it doesn't really prolong the wear of my makeup. I just use this as a moisturizer, so that's why this is in here. This is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have the shade Chantilly. They also had one called like Vanilla, but the vanilla one was way too yellow for me. This is actually a nice shade match. I do like it, but it's a little bit thick, so I don't really use it as much as my good old Covergirl one back here, the Ready Set Gorgeous. This is in the shade Fair. It's my favorite drugstore concealer. This is like my new Holy Grail drugstore concealer right here. I did a whole video on it. And speaking of Holy Grails, this is the famous Lipso lip balm. I love this stuff. You guys know this is like my most favorite, most used item ever. And then this is a newer favorite of mine. It's the It Cosmetics CC Cream, and it's the SPF 50. I really like this stuff just for like, I use it as a tinted moisturizer pretty much when I don't feel like wearing makeup, but I still want to have like the redness evened out on my skin. I just put like one pump of this and it works pretty well. I really like it. It's very lightweight. I did a whole first impressions on it, and this is also in the shade Fair. These are all of my most used highlighters and blushes, powders, good stuff like that. So I'll start off with the bronzer. This is from The Body Shop. I just talked about this in my favorites video. It looks like I've used this a lot in my recent like videos, Get Ready With Me, stuff like that. I've talked about this a lot, and it's just like the perfect shade for my skin tone. That's why I love it. It's completely matte. It's just a great powder. It's amazing. So that's the only bronzer I've been using. And I have my NYX Blotting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent. I like to use this to set my concealer. Sometimes I throw it in my purse and use it as like my touch-up powder. This is a newer highlight. It's from the drugstore. It's the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and this is in the shade Rose. I love this one. It is my favorite of the three they have. I didn't buy the warm one. I know that one's probably going to be too dark for me, so I didn't try it, but I did try the ice color one, and it was nice as well, but this rose one I just feel like is the most wearable of the bunch, and it's really pretty. This is the new Champagne Pop one, the collab with Jaclyn Hill. I ordered this the first day it was available online, and I'm so happy I did because look at how gorgeous this color is. The shade is gorgeous. It's definitely like a peachy gold. I really love it. I think it's going to look great on everyone. It's just one of those universally flattering shades. I love this. There's no words for how much I love this color. I mean, this one, Moonstone right here, the one I have next to it, used to be my favorite because this one is amazing for fair skin as well. I love Moonstone too. I really couldn't choose. If I had to pick between Champagne Pop and Moonstone, I really couldn't because I love both of them so much. And I do have Opal, but I wore Opal so much last month in June that I decided to give it a rest and use these two for now. As far as blush goes, these are my four blushes I have here. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay. This stuff is so long wearing, so I usually grab this for when I'm doing like an all day kind of thing. And this is in the shade Fearless. It's a gorgeous kind of bright coral color. It's the same shade as the packaging. And then this is MAC Well Dressed. MAC Well Dressed, I always have this in this drawer just because this is like my go-to blush. It's a perfect light pink satin finish. It has like a little bit of shimmer in it, but not too much. When I want something matte, I go for my good Revlon matte blush. This is in the shade Oh Baby Pink, and I love these blushes. If you haven't tried them yet from Revlon, I think they're like $7 or $8 at the drugstore. They have ones that do have shimmer in them, but this one is my favorite just because it is like the perfect matte everyday kind of blush. This is also another really pinky blush. I just love pink blush. It's my favorite thing. But Deep Throat does have a little bit of a kind of a golden shimmer in it. You can't really see it. It's like a satin finish. finish. It doesn't have glitter in it like some of the other Nars blushes do, and I love this one. I know everyone loves Orgasm, but Deep Throat is my favorite. This one is just gorgeous. I really love it. And then my setting powder here, this is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is my new favorite setting powder. It is such a gorgeous finish. It gives you like a velvety look to your skin. It's not too dry looking. And then this is my eyeliner, mascara, brow drawer. Some of the things in here haven't changed since last time. Like, these are my dip brow stuff. This is the Anastasia one in Auburn. This is the Nyx Taman Frame. Basically, it's a dupe for the dip brow. And this is in the shade Chocolate. This is the Makeup Geek gel liner, and I forget what this is called. Immortal. This is my new gel liner. It's from Makeup Geek, and the shade is called Immortal. I've actually had this for a long time, but I didn't start using it until recently. I just ran out of my Maybelline one, but this one, I was going to repurchase Maybelline, but I remembered I had this. I opened it up and I can't believe how creamy it is. It is so pigmented. It is super creamy. I love this. I think I like it better than the Maybelline one, so I've been using that. And then for brows, I have here my NYX Brow Cake Powder in Auburn. This stuff is holy grail status. I've talked about the NYX Brow Cake Powder like 1,000 times before, and this is also holy grail status for me. It's the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This is in the shade Chocolate. I have a clear brow gel here. I'm just trying to use it up. It's from Anastasia. This isn't my favorite. I feel like it makes my brows a little bit too crunchy, and I think this is too wet. Like, the formula on this is really, really, really wet, and even I've had this for a while now and it's still super wet, so I'm not going to be getting the full size. I wasn't really a big fan of it. It's too wet for me, and it kind of, I feel like it messes up my brow makeup or something. I just don't really like it, but it's almost done anyway. I have a bunch of liners back here. This one's from Pixi. It's the Endless Silky liner. I really like this. One side's brown, one side's like this golden shade. I have the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. I've been testing this out and I do like it, but it is a universal shade. It's kind of like a deep brown. I don't really feel the whole universal thing. Kat Von D liner in Trooper. I love that stuff. I did a whole video on it. This is the L'Oreal Super Slim. This is my Holy Grail drugstore eyeliner pen. I love this one too. And this still hasn't dried up on me. This is still the same one I've had since I first talked about it like months ago. This is a sample of the Buxom liner pencil. I really enjoy it. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I still love this. I think it's amazing. I get the shade Auburn. And then I have a few mascaras in here I'm using right now. This IT Cosmetics Hello Lashes. I've only used it once, but so far I don't really like it. However, I love this Buxom lash one. This sample, I already bought a full size because I loved it that much. It was just so amazing. I was blown away by this. This is the Almay Get Up and Grow, one of my favorites. Rimmel Lift Me Up. I did a full first impressions on this, and let me tell you guys, I've been using it pretty much every time I do my makeup, and I still love it. It is amazing. Like, this is one of the best mascaras I've ever tried from Rimmel. Like, usually I don't like Rimmel at all, but this one's so good, and it layers really great with all these other mascaras. I've used this layered with other ones. It just works so well. It really does give you a lot of volume. And then this is the CoverGirl Supersizer. I've had this for a while. They actually sent me this, and I've been testing it off and on for like over a month, you guys, and I just don't know how I feel about it. I just have to say, I don't think it's amazing. I just think it's okay. Like, honestly, I'm not a big fan of it, so I don't know if I'll do a full video on it because I don't even really enjoy it. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on it, but I don't know. Like, I just don't even want to put it on my lashes. But yeah, so that's it for that drawer. And then these are my favorite like current eyeshadow palettes I've been using right now. This is the Too Faced Natural Matte. I am in love with this. It is just so beautiful. Sorry, it has little like eyeshadow crumbs in here, but this is real life. This is what it really looks like after I use it. And every shadow in here is matte. They are all very pigmented, really easy to blend. They're not, you know, dry or anything. They all feel really buttery and smooth, so I love these. And just the whole like color scheme in here, everything about this is my favorite for every day. Like, usually I either reach for this or my customized palette. These are my Makeup Geek shadows. I popped them in this hot pink Z palette. I love the Z palette. It's perfect for Makeup Geek, and these are all of my neutral ones that I go for almost every single time I do my makeup, especially Beaches and Cream and Creme Brulee right there, and Starry Eyed from their foil collection. I do have other Makeup Geek shadows. I plan on doing a collection soon with swatches, but this is like my everyday kind of palette. This is my neutral, my favorite shades that Makeup Geek offers. I kind of put them all in one place just so it would be easy for me to reach and use every day. And last but not least here, these are like my single pigments, shadows, random stuff. I do use these a lot though, so I do want to talk about them really quick. These are the new Makeup Forever shadows. I have 2 shades in here. I don't really know the names because they're like numbers. This is my favorite lash curler. It's the Shiseido one. I've used this ever since I bought it last year every day. I love it. This is the NYX Prismatic Shadow. I forget what shade this is. Oh, Bedroom Eyes. It's like a really nice deep copper. Milani Shadow Eyes pencils. I really like these for like my tear duct to just make them pop and to use as shadow bases. This one is Champagne Toast. It is my favorite. Like, this is the best one they make. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Hibiscus Heartbreak. It was a limited edition one and I love it. This is probably one of my favorite ones that I've ever had from them. So I keep that there for when I want lilac. I do lilac sometimes now. I really like it on my eyes. I'm trying to use up some of my MAC shadows, so I just put them over here. This one is Era and it's a really nice kind of like satin finish. It's like a light brown. I'll try to show you guys here. That's what that one looks like. Let's see if the camera will focus. I do really like this just for, you know, in the crease or on the lid. It's a gorgeous kind of blending out shade. And this is Sable. It's a really gorgeous reddish copper. It's so amazing. It's a frost finish, so it's very shimmery. I really like it. And then speaking of shimmer, I have my Makeup Geek and I have an old Urban Decay shadow I'm trying to use up. This is Roach. I've had this forever. And then my Sugar Pill Loose shadow in the shade Penelope. I love this. I've been wearing it like crazy this summer. I really love Afterglow, and I've used this as a highlight before, believe it or not. It's like almost like a champagne color. I really like it because it reminds me of Urban Decay Sin, which I wish they would make into a highlight. I don't know why. I've always wanted Sin to be a highlight. So since this is like a loose powder, I use it on my face sometimes. I really like it for that. This is New Year's Eve. It's like a more yellowish shade, so I don't use it as often as Afterglow. I feel like Afterglow is just a perfect champagne, whereas this one is like a little bit of a yellow golden color. And then I have Vegas Lights. Yeah, Vegas Lights, which is very similar to my Sugar Pill one, if in case you're looking for a dupe. These are pretty similar. Just some tweezers, I think I mentioned that, and then my Lorac Primer. This is my favorite shadow primer behind the scenes. I have a couple sample sizes of it, but I did buy the full size because I enjoyed it so much. And then last but not least here, my handy dandy makeup wipes. So you get 40 wipes in one case, which is great, and they are the Compare to Neutrogena. So basically these are like a dupe version of the Neutrogena, but they don't work as well for the face. I just keep them in here strictly for the purpose of keeping my makeup nice and tidy, keeping all this stuff clean. And yeah, this is my everyday drawer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, maybe got a sneak peek of the products I'm loving. These are definitely like my most used products right now, and maybe I'll do another one of these in a couple months. If you guys enjoyed this video, just let me know in the comments, and I will have a makeup collection coming soon, so don't worry about that. Alright guys, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments what you've been using, and as always, thank you so much for watching.